This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Your homegirl Shannon is recording this intro remotely today, from Coachella. And here's some hot goss for you. I spied Danzig hanging out with Lady Gaga backstage. He was giving her tips on organic kitty litter. And she was giving him tips on where to find platform boots in a lady's size 8. So cute. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Wow, what a uniting event.
The
Coachella Festival.
Danzig has dainty feet, apparently.
He's a tiny man.
Tiny man.
He's
Tiny
a ladies' aid.
Yeah.
And we apologize to the 0.5% of the male audience that is shorter than Danzig. Nothing personal. It's more directed at Danzig.
At this point, it's mostly just the children of our listeners that would qualify.
And they're children. They'll grow up to a normal size, unlike Danzig. Most likely.
Speaking of abnormally sized men, hey, Rob.
Oh, wow.
Hi. It's Rob here with Sid and Darren. As always, welcoming you to RIP Livecast. And it's Saturday, April 12th. Tax season is upon us.
I got all my shit done.
Your taxes.
Yes.
Yeah,
a little late because I, not to get too much into the weeds, but I work for several, shadier organizations that don't provide their documentation on time. But
yeah, we haven't mentioned this, but Darren recently joined Doge. He's a Doge member. He's one of those guys.
I mean, I have a particular set of skills. No, I wish, it much pains me to say it. I would call in Doge on some of these organizations I work for.
Oh, no.
There may be waste within them.
Maybe
are they government funded?
Yes.
Oh, no.
One is, yes. But
okay.
It's not federal. New York City.
Oh, okay. So they don't really have quite jurisdiction over it, but
doesn't work. It doesn't. It works as you'd expect a city organization to work.
Did it get worse under Eric Adams or same level of incompetence?
It was. It really was really awful when I joined.
Okay.
And I joined. I guess it was Bloomberg still when I joined.
Oh wow. Okay.
This organization, and it's been steadily awful.
Well, at least they're consistent.
Yeah. The payment. It's only the payment that's under.
Oh.
The organization actually runs great. It's just they're very bureaucratic with the payments.
So it's not like direct deposit on the 1st and 15th. It's more.
It's direct deposit when they feel like it.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah. Like sometimes I'll get paid like a week after a game. Sometimes I'll get a batch of games like 3 months after a game.
3 months.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But like 15 of them that I forgot about, so it's like a nice windfall of money.
Wow.
I always get all of it. I'll say that. I never had to harangue them for money, but it just doesn't come evenly. No one cares. Do people really care about when I get
sound like a freelance journalist. This is what online journalism is like, constantly hounding down invoices, but at least you do eventually get paid.
Rob just sending endless texts to Corey Taylor.
Where's my money? Take that fucking mask off.
I'm not the one handling that. He keeps texting me back, and I'm just like, who to message.
Does he have a separate phone number for Stone Sour Corey Taylor and Slipknot Corey Taylor, or is it one number?
I'm not even gonna respond to that. That's such a bad
shit!
joke.
It might be 3. There might be a 3rd.
Rob, just give us a teaser and tell us the first 10 digits of Corey Taylor's phone number. It worked once. He gave you a number out on the air. I thought maybe. No. I'm just picturing Rob.
I don't have Corey Taylor's number.
I'm picturing Rob in a public bathroom somewhere, just accosting Corey Taylor. Hey, you think you can hide him from me in that fucking mask? Come here. You owe me 3 months worth of payments.
Corey Taylor wears the Slipknot mask to the bathroom.
No, but
I
knows
Rob's
around. When he knows Rob might be there, he puts the mask back on.
When someone owes me money, my voice turns into a member of the Sopranos.
Hey, listen. You think I'm the kid in the playground that you grew up with?
Rob a walnuts.
Do you want your family to have problems?
Hey, 3 weeks is a long enough time.
Good job, Rob.
Thank you. I don't know on what, but RIPLivecast.com. That's the website where you could go join our Discord and hang out with us, and also where you could send us an email and send us feedback and let me know if you owe me any money. And then come to your house with a thick accent.
You hear that, Corey? You hear that, Corey?
Corey doesn't owe me any money.
Oh, okay.
Not Fest.
Someone named Corey must owe you money somewhere.
When I submitted stuff for Knotfest, they always paid very promptly. So
okay,
I will say upper echelon for freelancers in terms of that.
That's good to know. Who didn't pay you money promptly?
Oh yeah, call him out.
Because we're joking about Corey, but he might be, in the green. What about
I can't say. Well, honestly, I don't have that much experience doing freelance writing. Obviously, most of my writing was for my own properties.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be hounding outlets for money for ads, typically ad revenue.
And who was the worst with that?
Let's see, who would be really? It would be the bigger labels would be the worst, just because there's so many more layers of bureaucracy. With the smaller labels, there's less red tape.
It's just like one guy
going to the boss, like, hey, we have to file this. Or I guess there were some festivals where they were running on a deficit and they didn't pay, and it was like a month after the fest had happened, and I was like, hey, where's our money? And they're like, yeah, we owe a lot of debt. Is it okay if we pay in 6 months? And it's like, no, it's not.
What's your recourse if they don't pay you?
Yeah,
sue them.
Did you ever have to use a lawyer?
Well, we never had to use a lawyer, but what we did was, we created and here's a hot tip for small business owners who don't actually want to pay a lawyer, is create another email account at your domain that sounds like an official like a different person. And we would just contact them from that email, like a forwarded email of the outstanding invoice, saying that we're such and such,
department.
like we're Douglas Levison from the legal department of such and such, and this is just a letter warning you that if you do not pay, we will have no recourse but to file legal action against you, and then that will be significant, and you will have to cover legal fees. And then immediately, there were labels that you've absolutely heard of that have owed us money that we didn't we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And let's just threaten them with a lawsuit, and immediately we get a PayPal or something.
Sucker!
Now let me ask a question.
What's wrong in this world?
Let me ask a question that I'm thinking there's 100% chance you will not answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway just because I'm curious. So when Metal Injection was sold, the purchaser, were they one of these entities that you had issues with? And then did they say, do we also get your legal department, your vast legal department in this purchase? And you had to tell them, oh, we didn't actually have one of those.
Well, I will say no. They were not.
You already got the money, Rob. You can say whatever you want.
And also their legal department was at a much fancier level where we could not get away with.
But still, these
are for ragtag labels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry. Yeah, I know you said that you got all the money from Slipknot, but we remember that time when you came on the air and started. There was 1 week when you lost.
What are you saying?
You lost your shit because they were behind a week, and this was the audio.
Bunch of fucking clowns in costumes. Fuck out of here.
Only one of them is a clown, Darren.
Oh, sorry. Well, blame that on Rob, not me. He said it.
His voice got so high pitched. He's really upset.
Bunch of fucking clowns and one literal clown in costume.
Well, that's the world of online publishing, I guess. But I'm back in it now, guys. I just launched a new website, thestunner.com. It's about pro wrestling. It expands on my rock and wrestling research with Squared Circle Pit into a full website.
And it's just
rock and
transcripts
wrestling.
of your podcast.
No, it's like wrestling news and then like also crossover with music stuff. It's a lot of, it's kind of the same voice that I use on other publications that I've written for.
Now, when you say wrestling news, is this just aggregation of other sites, or are you generating your own news articles?
So far, it's mostly aggregation, but I will say that it's aggregation, like it's curated aggregation in the sense that I'm not just going to repost everything, because there's a lot of bullshit in the world that's like not true, and it's like, I'm not going to waste my time with this. So it's all the stuff you actually need to know. We sift through the crap, give you the good stuff, and then fun, also just fun, more whimsical articles, little whimsy. The world needs more whimsy.
Any like
guys.
quizzes, like which member of the New Age Outlaws are you, or something?
Eventually, we're gonna get there.
Any babe of the day, but wrestling themed?
No babes of the
Come
day.
on,
Yeah,
Rob.
we're trying to be a little classier than that.
30-year-old nudes of Beulah.
If you were 17 years old running this site like you were running when you had babe of the day, it would just be Paige every day, because that's the Suicide Girls of this era.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a lot, like in today's scene, there's way more goth girls too, so there could be a good rotation. I will say I went back and I went through my web archive, the internet archive, and went through a rabbit hole of my old websites, and I feel like I've mentioned some of them on the website here before.
RV.
But those. But let me see if I could still find the.
Are there ones we haven't heard of?
I think we went through, but did we talk about how I'm honestly a little embarrassed about this, and I know I'm going to regret it. But
is this your live journal?
Gay porn injection.
No,
the precursor to metal injection.
Jeez Louise! Oh my gosh! What are you guys talking about? No, I'm sorry. I'm just having a moment. But towards the end of my run with with me doing wrestling sites as a teenager, I just cut the pretense and launched a website called WrestleWomen.net.
Yeah, you mentioned this I think you said this on the show before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I found some screen. I think we posted.
I remember this.
No.
I remember this.
But
how many people thought it was like just a site of women naked wrestling? Like, how many people thought it was a porn site and went to your site and were disappointed?
Well, it kind of was like a softcore porn site.
You had like shots of like women's asses during a match and stuff, right?
But it was all wrestlers. It wasn't like adult film.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Ultimate Surrender.
No, it was like a WWF match, but you'd be a close up on Trish Stratus's asshole or something.
Ooh, Rob, what if you brought that site back and it's just Ultimate Surrender videos, but with the nudity and penetration edited out?
What?
Yes. You got to make it softcore.
So maybe there's like guys that are only into the grappling and don't want the naughty sexual stuff.
Yeah.
So you could just give them the like Reader's Digest version of Ultimate Surrender.
And you could have a standings page.
Does Ultimate Surrender still exist though?
I don't know. Check it out. Go there. Figure it out.
Go check it out, because I know that I don't see any more of the male on male version, which was called Naked Combat. So here was my website. Now keep in mind, this is like, the web archive. So like, it's a lot of the images are broken, so it looked nicer than this, but you still get the basic idea. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, you see it. So this is like, and if you think about it, it kind of looks like the first iteration I realized of metal injection. It's like, oh my god, I got one style, but
women updates in the corner.
Women updates, baby. It's
wow.
And so
the whole website is women updates. Why do you need a corner?
So the sidebar is just
the women updates is just whenever one of the wrestlers got new plastic surgery. It's like, check out Trish's new nose.
And so
Look.
if you go, there's even a dedicated photo gallery. Look, in a way, I'm kind of impressed at how on top.
Oh, sure.
I was
Look
here.
at this link. Would you like to report for women? WrestleWomen.net.
Oh,
Bill
no.
Apter sent him 40 emails. Yes, my
And then
my magazine isn't doing numbers at all. Please.
So I found you'll notice on the sidebar, there's features, recaps, and then the Wrestle Women.
Yeah,
And it's
Oh
just
my God.
the guy, and then celeb galleries. which is
Jennifer
just-
Lopez.
Yeah, just
Denise
softcore porn of
Richards.
You gotta, multi-platform when you build a website.
Oh
out.
my God. Who else we got?
and then we have the gallery page.
Oh no.
Which is just like, oh my God.
Rob.
This is
You-
now look.
right
I
on cue.
look for a
That's Beulah.
16-year-old. Like you got to keep in mind, this is this is the mind of a 6-year-old. But this is total. So like I don't know. Nowadays, these ad platforms would immediately drop me because these photos are way too suggestive. Like this would get you banned off of Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
Basically, these photos.
Off of
But-
Instagram, really?
Yeah. Oh, they're
Just
very
bikini
sensitive.
babes?
Yeah, but
Huh.
they don't post like themselves holding their tits. That's not allowed.
Somebody has to hold them.
But then I found this one sidebar image that I
Oh,
was like
no.
blown away by, and I don't think we discussed this. Like, what could be better than a babe of the day, Sid and Darren?
A babe of the day with Rob's face photoshopped on it.
Five babes a day.
10 ass cheeks right there.
But that's just straight up. Who is that? Is that Trish Stratus? It's
No, this is some porn thing. So
such
this
poor
is my friend-
quality.
My friend Thomas was like the horniest person I knew, and I asked him, "Could you just?" Yeah, no, I would say so. Yes, in terms of straight porn at the time of this website, which was like let's say 2000 to like around 2000. I asked him, "Could you just for all the porn photos that you collect, could you just send me the ones that are not fully nude, and this for my babe of the day collection?"
And then he crashed all your servers immediately with all the.
That's how you met
yeah.
Shannon St. Mainframe.
Yes.
Looking for a new hard drive.
So with that said, now that I've exposed stuff that I'm not at all proud of, but in a way kind of proud of.
You're proud of the craftsmanship that went into it, not the content.
Yes, thank you, Darren. Thank you for explaining what I mean. Like I obviously think that this is very lowbrow content, but the way I organized it was quite impressive.
I'll tell you what else I think is impressive about this, that at 16 you knew the value of putting like pussy on a website as marketing. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, what do the people who I want to visit the website also like? Looking at women. And again, by this point, I wouldn't say that I knew I was gay, but certainly knew that like looking at women wasn't like didn't do anything.
So for you,
this
it's just business.
This is purely business.
Now let me ask you this question. Did you get any kind of a little tingle downstairs thinking about all these beefy, sweaty wrestling fans beating off to content you posted on your website?
Wow. I never thought about that, but that's kind of hot.
That's the first thing Rob's going to do when he gets a time machine now.
Yeah, sorry, I got to go.
back
I got to
and tell
go.
himself.
We got to end the show.
He's going to go work on a time machine. Timemachine.net. He's going to. Yeah. Oh, I thought Sid was going to say, did you ever think of making WrestleMen?
Oh, well,
that's a good point.
That's basically what the news site is, right?
I mean, yeah, that's the main site.
But it's not sex focused. You could have the sexual.
Right.
I was flipping through the Stunner, and it's like it really reads like Metal Injection. Like you take these articles and you put your sort of like reaction to it in a way. I feel like.
Yeah, I try to keep the subjectivity minimal, but I do inject my opinion when like there's a reason for it. Like if I'm reporting on a news story, I'm not going to really call someone a good or a shitty wrestler. But if it's something fun, like that's the thing. I'm trying to find these stories that are more like entertaining and like lighthearted.
I didn't mean that you were like I didn't mean you were like opinionated. I just meant like it's reframed
How dare you?
in the Rob Pasbani angle. That's all.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there's a dryness to most wrestling coverage, so I'm trying to lighten it up a little bit.
Yes, I recommend it.
So like you won't post a story about Vince McMahon shitting on a woman, but you'll post a story of Vince McMahon shits himself.
We would post
That's
both
the
stories.
dividing line, right?
And we would take a serious tone with the first one, and then a more comedic tone with the second one, I guess.
But on this show, we'll do 90 minutes on it. On both.
That's right.
Well, on that topic, I do want to talk about a local news story that recently surfaced that we something's going on. This is a crazy story. And I want to preface this by saying, I think all of us would agree that the majority of subway rides, and I want to say majority, like 99.5%, are fine, uneventful.
Well, it's going down, that number.
What would you say the ratio is?
95. I've seen some wild
95.
shit lately, but your general underlying point is correct. I'm just saying I see a trend in the other direction.
And how often do you ever feel like your life is in danger on the subway?
Oh no, it's not that bad. I see.
Yeah, I would say zero. Like that's close to as close to zero. I've never felt physically threatened on the train. Personally.
But I'm an adult. I'm an adult male of a certain size that I can defend myself too. If you're a woman,
fair point.
Young person.
I felt physically threatened, I think, one time ever. And it ended up not being anything, but I was probably like 20 when I was on the train. I was taking the train into work, and there was like a guy sitting across from me he was Paulie Walnuts. He looked exactly like Paulie Walnuts. He was like an older Italian dude who looked like he was in the mob. And at some point he just like legit just hawked a loogie right on the floor.
Oh.
And I just looked at him. And he was not having. He's like, "What the fuck are you looking at? You fucking mind your own fucking business." And for a second, I was like, "This guy might get up and try to do something." But then he just yelled at me. I looked away. That was the end of it. My stop was next anyway. But that was the closest I've ever had.
I told the one about the guy threatening to stab people with an AIDS needle if he didn't give that. Was I guess I did feel threatened by that. Also, about 2 days ago, I was on a city bus. And there was a guy who looked exactly like a jacked Matthew Lillard.
Rob's getting turned on.
Like in his prime, like not now, like in the Scooby Doo era.
SLC Punk.
Right. And he was just not. I didn't feel. I'm not bringing this up because I felt endangered, but it was just crazy. Like he was ranting about his ex-wife who was a hippo, a big fat hippo. He kept saying, "There she is out the window, a big fat hippo."
People look?
People would look. There was no woman. He's crazy.
Oh no!
And then he's like, there was not even any woman there. He was just pointing
sidewalk.
But here's the best part: and there was half of it was that, half of it was about Trump. Trump is a lunatic. Trump is part of the Illuminati, and he's going to bring down the country. But every sentence was punctuated with this.
Oh my God! What?
Trump is the Illuminati. There's my fat hippo wife out the window on 7th Avenue. Over and over and over and over. For like,
this to me sounds like free entertainment.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
But I can understand, like either a tourist who's never seen this before, or like a woman out of a smaller build who may think the guy would get up and just throw her on the floor or something. It's frightening, I thought it was hilarious.
Next time you got to film that shit.
I was all the way at the other end of the bus, and I would have had to go near him to get a good angle.
That's okay.
I did consider it, but it was like the one remember when I went to McDonald's and there was a trans person that was yelling and then yelled at me about the Mets at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to exacerbate the situation. And then, like, on the news, they pulled out a gun and shot 7 people, and because I filmed it,
Well, there were other people filming the McDonald's thing.
I know, but it's there's another reason. I don't have to.
One day,
I'll consider being more brave the next time. Also, I was coming from work and I was fucking wrecked. Sorry, bad investigative journalist. But I do see possibly threatening situations which I feel I can handle. Like lots of mentally ill people, the mental health care system is non-existent in New York at this point. Lots of mentally ill people that I'm game planning. Like, all right, this is what I'm going to do if this guy wigs out. But like, you know, again, I know how to fight. Like I feel like there's people who would be legitimately scared of that shit.
Yeah, it's all quite subjective. And some people are just waiting to be freaked out by something on the subway because of what they see on the news. So any little thing is going to set them off.
Right. That's exactly what like millions of people ride the subway. So naturally there will be moments of unpleasantness.
Yeah.
let's say. And there was this depraved story in the news. I can only call it depraved. Here's the headline on Gothamist, which is our local website. NYPD says man found dead on R train was robbed by 2 suspects and sexually violated.
Now let's be clear. This man, when the 2 suspects arrived, was already a corpse. Let me read the deets.
Can I just say one thing that might reflect poorly on me? Like, I saw the headlines about this, but when in the headlines that I saw, the victim was not gendered. And now I'm slightly disappointed it was a man.
When I saw the headline, I assumed it was a woman as well.
Yeah.
Until I read the story.
I feel it's empowering that gay people can also be terrible people. Let's not infantilize
gay men
them.
are still men, and men are awful. Like,
well, are we sure? Well, I don't know the details. So
here are the details.
A gay person. All right, let's.
A man found dead on the R train early Wednesday morning was robbed by a female passenger and later sexually violated and robbed again by a male passenger, police said. Police were searching for 2 suspects in the incident. They did not release the name of the victim or either suspect in public statements, but a poster distributed to MTA workers identified the man sought for sexual misconduct of a dead human body. Oh my God. As 51-year-old Carlos Garcia. That's it. We're going to name him with a last known address on Manor Avenue in the Bronx. According to police, around 10:48 p.m. on a Tuesday, a woman approached the unconscious and unresponsive man aboard the southbound R train near the Whitehall Street station. They said she removed unknown property from the victim before fleeing the scene. Police released images of the woman they're seeking. She was last seen wearing a hooded yellow sweatshirt, black pants, and a black baseball cap. Do we want to see the photo?
Sure.
Wait.
What she looks.
All right.
Right.
Okay. She looks like
that's not the I Am Delivered guy.
I was gonna say that looks like Onijah Robinson.
Oh my God! Imagine.
No,
just lands from Dubai and starts raping people.
Well, no, she just stole from the guy.
Rape accomplice. Wait, do these 2 assailants know each other? Maybe they just
no.
My assumption is that it's just the guy was dead there for so long that 2 different crimes happened completely unrelated.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I saw this, I saw that photo, but I kind of only glanced at it and I didn't. And I swear to you, I saw 2 people there and I thought they were in matching outfits. And I thought it was the man and the woman together leaving the scene. They were in matching outfits. I am a big dummy. I really thought that. I thought this was the man raped the guy and the woman took the money and they were together. They were a tandem. So you're saying this poor fucking corpse was robbed by one person.
Poor fucked corpse. Yes.
Yes. Was robbed by one person and fucked by another person
after the robbery.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, like just complete. What a busy night in New York City.
Don't die on the train, folks.
A second suspect, identified in the wanted poster as Garcia, was also seen on surveillance footage taking items from the man's pockets before committing a sexual act on the victim just after midnight, according to police.
Well, we don't know what the sexual act was, though, right? He could have just touched his penis.
We do know.
It is described. I read the text.
The poster said Garcia is accused of sexually assaulting the victim by penetrating his mouth and anus. He has not been charged, but police said there's probable cause for his arrest.
I'm assuming one after the other.
Photo?
Of the anus?
Is it gay? I'll save that for himself.
Is that going to
dressed,
be
he's
on?
dressed.
Is that going to be on the stunner.com?
Let's
What?
not.
What subway car is
What?
so empty at midnight that you could legit ass fuck a corpse and no one sees it?
Darren and I spoke about this a while ago, or earlier this week when this broke, and that was my exact question. Like, how inactive is this train at the Whitehall station, which is like in South Brooklyn or in South Manhattan? It's like with the last stop in Manhattan before
But
Brooklyn.
it's very desolate after off hours because that's like the
Oh,
whole
that's
financial
true.
district.
Yeah, but
And also the
still.
courts are all over there, so there is no one there at night. So
Did the
that
guy
is-
know this dude was dead, or did he think he was passed out?
Sid, you're asking all the questions that I asked, and I want to say, Darren, you had a great point. Does it matter?
Yeah, like-
Everything matters.
I mean, but also, yeah, what I was speculating is maybe the guy raped the corpse thinking it was alive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then later on,
Just passed
found out he was dead on the news, found out he had fucked a corpse and was what? That's disgusting. I'd never rape. I'd never rape a dead person.
necrophilia. Yeah.
How dare
I'd
you
never
be
rape-
dead?
Yeah. I just thought he was just too drunk. But
Can we
the other
also
thing-
like the story here isn't the rape and the robbery. The story here is that there was a corpse on the train for so long that all of this happened and no one fucking noticed.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
We get
Yeah.
the Bernies.
Seriously.
The whole
the thing
weekend.
too is like, okay, it requires a lot of effort to like orally assault someone. Okay, that's not.
Yeah,
Okay,
Rob does
fine.
that all the time. That's not a big
Oh,
deal.
come on now. This is you're going a little too far.
Consensual
me?
assault. Consensual assault, Rob.
Yeah.
So
He just blew
I
right by
could
that.
like my brain could process that, I'm saying. But the amount of effort it would require to then bend it, like turn this guy
Maybe
around,
he just put his finger in
unzip his
butt.
pants.
Yeah, well,
Is
that's
that
not
possible?
fun.
Okay.
Why would they? What is
He
he
just-
getting out of that? He just
Dunno.
finger smells. There's no like.
Okay, that's fair. He could have just figured.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
that would be weird. I don't know. That's unsanitary.
What is he getting?
That's
What
disgusting.
stimulation is he getting? It must be some fetish if he did that.
Yeah.
Or just like, what can I do to wake this guy up?
Yeah, hey buddy, somebody just robbed you. He's not moving.
Because like, if
Well,
he's
he
like
robbed-
bending him over, it's a corpse. He's not going to be able to stay in position to like.
He robbed him
anything.
before assaulting him. So
Okay.
this woman also what a shitty job this woman did robbing him, that there was clearly
left
other
stuff?
items worth
Listen,
robbing.
she's not like a career criminal. She just took what she needed.
Yeah,
Mm.
to survive, Rob.
Yeah.
How dare you? Judgmental. Was there? You think Rob? After how? Let's just posit he was dead for like 6 hours. I don't know. You think
Yeah.
there's still any snapback on that sphincter? Like, do you think it's still?
Well, don't
Is it-
like bodies like evacuate their bowels? when
That's
they
yeah,
die?
like,
So there
I
might have
think
been
that
a
takes
little-
naughty.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that takes a few days, though. I don't think it happens that.
Oh.
Oh, maybe he was there that long. I don't know. There's no
Well,
details. in
that might also explain. Maybe the dude put his finger down there just to see if the path was clear, and then he came back with a little more than he bargained for. And he's like, "All right, I'm done."
it.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, he's dead. I gotta go. This isn't my
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, puts a finger in to test it, and he gets shit all over it.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Like
wow, this is-
honestly,
It said 10:48 p.m. was the first robbery.
like it's a victimless crime. If the guy was already dead, then why do we need to bother these? Like what? Like if the cops found the corpse first,
Is
what
it
are they
rape if
doing
the
with his
person is
wallet?
dead?
huh?
Is it rape if so you're saying there's no consent required if the body is dead?
I mean, who's pressing charges?
The estate of the family? I don't know. You
Well,
can't
let's-
posthumously press charges?
What a great family! They let their fucking loved one go on the subway and die, and they didn't even know.
What if you had a heart attack or something?
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to fuck a corpse. I'm not 100%.
Yeah.
In my mind, the illegal part is the grave robbing, is the violating the grave and digging it up and all of that. If he's just out and about, I mean, indecent exposure, maybe if you're taking your dick out on the train.
Yeah, that's it. And at best, indecent
Yeah.
exposure. Your Honor.
Yeah. Well, like also it's just like if I didn't consider that he was just fingering him. I thought he was like he butt fucked him.
I
And I'm
mean,
just like,
maybe.
how do you keep it up? How do you how are you that horny? To
Rob,
be able
have you never been with someone who wasn't particularly active in bed?
Yeah,
And you feel like you're by
point.
yourself?
I can relate. To
I
that.
feel like you have to have a level of relaxation with your sphincter, though, too, to allow me to get in there.
Well, it's not. You can't get more relaxed than dead, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Although maybe rigor
Oh my
mortis,
God.
it tightens a little bit, and it's who knows?
My God.
Can you can't get more relaxed than dead? The episode title.
But yeah, it's crazy that I thought earlier this year it was a woman being burnt alive on the train would be the craziest train story that I've ever heard. But we have two in the same year, or not. I guess these are different years, but like two within the frame of a year.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, a couple of months, because that was just insane. The woman being burnt alive.
Now, what if she was already dead when he lit the fire?
Legal.
Yeah, it's just cremation then.
And now, would her crisp body, if someone were to rape it, would you be okay with it, Sid? Because she's already dead.
Oh.
She's dead.
According
to your prior legal argument, sir.
Yeah.
Counselor.
I mean, sure. Whatever.
Sure.
We've got enough people in prison. Come on, we're just looking for excuses now.
Gross is not illegal, sir.
No. It's an opportunist. It's not like these people were looking for a corpse to fuck, but there happened to be one, so all right. It's not like they're going to go around trying to kill people now to do this.
Well, you never know. You got away with
then we put him in prison.
How do you know, though?
This isn't Minority Report. We're not convicting people of thought crime.
What if there's a whole bunch of copycats from this story coming out?
Look at Darren in favor of mass incarceration. I never would have guessed.
I mean, certain incarceration is boring.
So, Rob, you said there was a disagreement when you and Darren were discussing this earlier in the week. What was the issue?
Whether it's worse to have fucked a live corpse or a dead corpse, right?
Well, yeah, whether it was worse if he was just raping someone he thought was unconscious or knowingly raping a dead person.
It's worse to rape someone who's alive, for sure.
No, but whether he enjoyed it or would have enjoyed it more knowing the person was dead or not. That's the
like was he like, oh, I'm just right, like he just, oh, this person just knocked out, I'm just gonna give him a little mouth raping, or no, this person is dead. Right. I'm gonna give him a little mouth raping.
So, but if in their mind they're like, well, I wouldn't rape a living person, but this is a dead person, so then that's less bad, in my opinion.
In that,
at least
I don't know.
The victim.
If it's that exact thought process, I agree with you. But if he has a fetish for raping dead people, I think that's worse.
So you're saying
I still don't think so, because that's better than having a fetish for raping living people.
I'm sorry. I phrased that incorrectly. I meant that's worse than accidentally raping a dead person.
I don't like, you shouldn't have dignity for your body because it's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with
that.
I
mean, you should, but it's not as high a priority as having it for a living thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To me. Once you're dead, you're dead. Like, whatever.
Chuck Klosterman question.
Yeah. That's not as big of a deal.
I think we're all in agreement that raping a living person is worse than raping a corpse.
Yes.
It's just about what the person was thinking at the time.
Well, yeah, listen, obviously there's all sorts of mental issues going on.
I would say they're both very bad, but one is slightly less bad than the other, I guess. Okay, sure. I don't know.
I think the worst aspect of the guy raping a corpse on the subway is the chance that like random passersby would stumble upon the act and be traumatized by seeing it. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, like it's not a huge deal to me. I'm sorry.
I guess I just realized that like sometimes this would be on the R. The tunnel trip.
This was the R.
Right. I thought it might have been the W, because sometimes at Whitehall trains just stop and like wait to go back. So it could just be that it was just parked there.
It's the last
very
stop
end or something.
It's the last
Yeah.
stop on the W, not the R.
Yeah.
Right.
I will add one little wrinkle to this. Let me know. Oh, there's a lot of wrinkles already. This is the gateway where people get off to get on the Staten Island ferry. This is the stop. So if everyone walking by saw this that was traumatized, was from Staten Island, would you still feel bad about it?
Much less bad. Definitely much less bad.
I agree.
That all of this is more justified. Wait, speaking of Staten Island, are we sure this is real and not an Impractical Jokers sketch?
We're sure that guy wasn't alive and an Impractical Joker?
That was Sal.
All right.
Sal.
Now you're going to take it in the butt. Okay, just lay there. Pretend you're dead.
They do like a bit, and I've never seen the show, so I'm just assuming, but like they do a bit where like the gag is that he's just pretending to be a corpse on the train, and he can't break. No matter what, he has to be in character, and then people start raping him, and he just takes it.
Guys, he's putting his dick in my butthole. What do I do? Just sit there.
I think honestly, this is just more proof that, like, we need to start talking to the men in this country. What's going on with the men in this country? They need love. we're out there
while
raping.
They're alive, though. Key point.
Yeah, while they're alive,
until they're dead to give them that love.
Yeah.
Too late.
I mean, emotional love, not
penis.
penetrative love.
Penis love. I'm not sure I'd call this love. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
This is a more passion. It's a crime of passion.
Crime of passion.
A lot of lust here.
Crime of acid.
Do you think he would like it was the corpse was really good looking and that was part of it? Like we need to see what this dude looked like.
Did you just do a look what he was wearing on a corpse? Good grief, Sid.
I just need all the facts.
How dare
maybe if the corpse covered up a little.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing late out at night as a corpse at 2 a.m. on the Whitehall Street station? Of course you're going to get raped. God. You're asking for it. I'm just saying. Not that it was right. You could have prevented this.
Yeah, there's context.
All right. Well, that's what's going on in the trains.
Oh, awesome. Thanks for that.
Also, I wanted to play this, like I always like to keep everyone up to date with the memes. And this guy that posted in our Discord earlier this week, which of course you could chat with us all week long. If you have a comment or a question about any of the stories that we discuss on the show or want to contribute a link for us to discuss on the show, great way to do it is on our Discord. It's a chat, live 24/7 chat. Go to riplifecast.com. The invite for our Discord channel is right there. So this got shared. It's a TikTok video that's being passed around, and it doesn't really need much setup. So it starts with a woman on an airline in an airplane. Yes, and the caption of
fully
the video,
alive. She's fully alive.
She's alive. Yes. And the caption is, "I was up at 3 a.m. to head to Houston for a swingers party." Yawn emoji. And she looks a little tired.
She looks like she woke up at 3 a.m.
Yeah. But she's happy. Then she ran into some car problems.
My Houston trip is not up to a good start.
Now she made it to the hotel, and the other people in the hotel, there's a woman with a short haircut.
Is that not the woman who's doing the video? That's a different woman?
Oh, no, that's a different woman.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that woman's more svelte.
She looks,
right.
yeah, and she looks a little older.
Yeah.
And then all the men happen to be men of color, I will say.
Okay.
Intriguing to you, Rob?
I mean, they're attractive.
Rob wants the address of this hotel.
I don't think they're into my kind of fun.
No.
Now we're chilling until the party starts at 9 a.m.
9 p.m.
And then, 9 p.m. Sorry. And then there was a shuttle from the hotel to the party, and you could start seeing that the women are a little more dressed up now.
We're getting ready to go to the party. I'm excited.
She still looks
Now
like
there's
she's
a
wearing
house.
she's wearing like a B. Arthur Golden Girls. Oh, that's a little more
Is
sexy.
she
than that.
pregnant?
Yeah. No.
Or is that just a
So
weird
then
angle?
there was
Weird angle.
so they rent a house for the swingers party. It looks like a fancy house, and then the caption says there was a big room with 10 beds where the fun stuff happened. And she's showing a tour of the room.
We just have an entire room filled with beds from wall to wall. Now, okay.
My friend and I picked guys out, and we got busy. Devil smiling emoji. And
Okay.
you see a person of color with his back to the camera with full back
Boxers.
tattoos
Yeah.
in boxers. Yes,
How do you know they're fake?
I said full back tattoos.
Oh, I thought you said faux. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, there was. You
This
could
is
see her. You could. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say you could see her like there in her underwear and the
Yeah.
reflection of the television there, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a dress, I guess, because they showed a wider shot.
This random guy walked in and pretended he was the official event
Ah!
photographer.
Videographer, thank you. I'm glad you got here.
We got you.
I was looking for you earlier.
Okay, so now this is what I want to talk about. She takes
Yeah.
a video of the food spread. This is a sex party, and the spread of food.
It's just like tacos?
Yeah, it looks
Mexican
like a taco
themed.
kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like
they're in
there's
Texas,
salsa,
so that
there's,
makes sense.
there's nachos, there's
Sour
jack
cream.
cheese, there's jalapenos.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sorry, jalapenos should be nowhere near a swingers party.
Well, maybe they're not doing butt stuff. It's
Yeah.
no butt stuff allowed. Maybe
but
your
even-
swingers party, yes.
even without the butt stuff, you get pretty gassy from these kind of food. Like I don't feel
Not
very
like
sexy
imme-
after
maybe
eating
they're eating
Mexican
after
food.
fucking.
Yeah. Also, I would add, it takes like 2 hours for that to make me
Yeah.
gassy. I'm fine to fuck a little bit before it hits
All right,
me.
there's ribs.
boy.
Is that what that is?
That
Yeah.
could be bad because then it's all over your hands and face.
Oh, maybe maybe you're into that. You lick
Yeah.
it off.
Mhm.
It's just like pepper steak. It looks
Oh
like,
boy,
or is there,
good grief! I think that's
a
not
lot.
the taco filling, like steak.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Fajitas. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah,
That's- Okay, and then there's like the after, and you can see how she has been gone through. No,
No.
no judgment.
I
wanna
didn't.
say.
Now I'm curious.
I'm saying.
We haven't seen
Sticks the
something
same.
on the wall. So
Look
She's
at her.
stuttering.
She looks like she's drunk.
She got wrecked. Double DP.
Yeah.
Some
Wait
Yeah,
a minute.
exactly.
Hold on. Could you forward to the website that she's promoting?
Rob Lifestyle.
Excuse me? What? Is this another one of your
Oh.
websites, dude?
You
What
didn't
the
announce
fuck?
This one. What
This is
happened?
the evolution from wrestle women to roblifestyle.com.
Now we know those two guys were fucking each other. Let's see roblifestyle.com. Here it is.
Hot
Who-
wife events.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fave of the day.
Party like
Oh,
never
this was the
before.
party that she went to.
Oh, we missed
Houston hot wives and hot butts from tacos.
Red zone. That's if they wait a few hours after eating the jalapenos.
Yeah, they just keep
Okay.
wiping it. And you get a little blood clot in there.
This is not a hotel, a private property,
Okay.
private party. Does the ticket price include a hotel room? No. Does the party have theme nights? Yes,
Oh,
Friday night
pajama.
pajamas, lingerie. Hot wife couples, open couples, full wife couples, select single men and women.
Select. They have to pick you.
No unicorn hunters.
What does that mean?
No.
That unicorn
not
is when the third person who fucks with a couple is called a unicorn.
So wait. The third so they don't want couples looking for a third person?
No, apparently they want like all couples to swap with each other.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, right. I see. They're
Like you
saying
can't-
they don't want someone to just find a third person to only play with them.
Yeah,
They
no
want the two of them to.
threesomes.
They want the two of them to play with everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Right.
Houston. There's a hotel. What eateries are close to
Ooh.
the hotel? Oh, there's a Bucky's, a Yokohama,
Oh my
Waffle
God.
House.
Waffle
I don't
House,
know
of
what-
course.
I don't know what
Lloyd-
Bucky's is.
It's like a gas station. It's like a gas station on steroids. Like
It's
like
got
a
like
Wawa.
every kind of snack you could imagine.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
Cracker Barrel, Gringos.
Awful.
They really. Oh, there's a Texas Mesquite Grill.
Andy's Bar and Grill, is that related to Andy McCoy in any way?
Oh no, my God, no.
What are the party hours? 9 p.m. to
Wow.
5 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 7
Ooh, they're a
p.m.
pool party.
I like that there's a 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. reset here. You know, like just to keep things simple.
Well,
Yeah.
clean up stains and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta recover.
Get
The
those
balls gotta
fajita shits
regenerate.
out of the way.
Gotta lay out that Mexican spread too for everybody. The breakfast version with the eggs.
Oh, what kind of food will be served? Friday night catering, fajitas
There
and
it
side
is.
items.
You know what they
Saturday,
choose there.
Saturday pool party, pizza and finger food.
The Saturday night catering is the most extreme to me.
Chicken with meatballs and jambalaya.
That's a real melange of different foods there.
That's way too heavy. That's way too much.
Jambalaya.
What are we doing?
It's also too cross cuisine for me. It's like Middle
Well, you
America,
don't have to have all of
Italian,
it.
and Cajun together.
And meatballs.
Jambalaya, these meatballs right here.
Oh man.
Oh my. Oh, let's see the party rules. Party rules is important.
Okay.
Red wristband, stop. Don't ask her to play. She will ask you. Green wristband, comfortable being approached for potential play. Oh, I like that. Respect the wristband.
Respect the wristband system. I like how the first rule is respect the wristband. The second rule is respect the wristband. And the number one rule below that is respect the previous two rules. As we know you motherfuckers will not respect the wristband.
Yeah. And you know this is for men.
Yes,
This is, like, don't ask her to play. You know, like,
Rob,
there's
could
no
you read
other
number
way.
4?
I'm gonna read all of them.
Oh, okay.
Number
Zero
2. Do
zero
not
tolerance.
rate if anyone looks like a corpse.
Yeah, well, that's number 5. If we get to number 5, that's sort of what that is.
I see.
Okay. Number 2, zero tolerance for negativity and drama. Which is just like, what does that even mean? You know,
like being bitchy and having a bad attitude,
Or like fat shaming or something.
Or someone's a bad fuck, and you like, come on, can you move a little? Like, just go on to the next person.
I'm sorry, I died 3 hours ago. What do you want from me?
And by the way, where's my wallet? Fuck! It's Whitehall Street. I knew it.
This train went all the way to Houston. How long have I been dead? I'm in a different part of the country.
I saw a woman with a yellow trench coat, just like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Where is she? She was riding my dick, and all of a sudden...
3, always ask permission to play. This includes oral. Proper way to ask to play. May I touch you? Would you like to play?
That's so corny. That's no riz whatsoever right there.
Well, they're trying to standardize it so nobody seems cooler than anyone else.
Right.
And
I
everybody has,
think
like, a
I think
fair
the
shot.
idea here is like you need consent. This is a big problem in the gay community as well, as I've discussed. Number 4, no latex condoms allowed. Why? Over half the women are allergic.
Kind of fucking
Non-latex condoms and water-based lube will be provided.
What kind of hypochondriacs are at this party? And they can eat all this different kinds of food, but they can't have a latex condom?
Now, what about the nut allergy women? Like,
lactose intolerance for that sour
Yeah.
cream?
Gluten fucking loaded gluten.
Yeah,
with
what
the
about- yeah,
tortillas.
Breadcrumbs in those meatballs.
Number 5.
All caps,
Do
by the way.
not, this is all caps, do not randomly stick your penis in the face of a woman already playing without her permission.
Unless she's dead.
Right.
You will automatically be banned permanently for this. You know, you can tell this probably happens so much that,
course.
that a woman is being fucked and the guy's shoving his dirty, gross dick in her face, and she's like, "Get out of here!"
Well, you know what that makes me think of? So one of my cats is a very finicky eater, right?
Oh boy.
But sometimes listen, hold.
Where's your
also
penis in this story?
He's also sort of dumb. So sometimes, like, you know, if he's like grooming himself, if you stick the bowl of food in front of him, since his mouth is already going, he will just start eating the food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if people are at these orgies and they see a woman who's already, you know, in progress, and they're like, well, if I stick my dick in front of her, she'll probably go to town on it just because she's already doing this other stuff. It's very
Hey.
similar to how I treat my cat.
She's just like my cat.
Once that mouth is going, it's just going.
Bring that dick over. Keep your dick over there, please. Keep your dick over there. I'm busy working here.
The other thing about, like, I've been in one of these kind of like circle jerk type situation, kind of naughty situations. And like I mentioned, like being at the Eagle, and once it hits like 2 a.m., things get a little raunchy, and by like everyone's like making out and blowing each other, and some people are fucking and stuff. And it's kind of crazy because, like, I once saw a guy like stick his dick in someone's ass, and then not 1 minute later made a separate guy suck his dick. And I'm just like, ew,
is that
where's that
verboten?
penis been?
Is that verboten in the gay community? I've seen that in porn, like straight porn, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, no, sure. Yeah, but that's different. You know where that ass has been, and you know where that mouth is.
But
Like,
did the second guy not know that the guy's dick had been in the butt?
This is like a separate interaction. That's
how
what I'm
did
saying.
you
So it's like,
clock all of this, but the dude sucking the dick didn't?
oh, because I was just standing
busy.
in the same place, and the other guy just is moving around, like. And I'm on the edges, like I'm not like in the middle. I'm not in the eye. I'm not in the eye of the hornicane.
And is this like a see something, say something situation? Did you have to report this?
No, I didn't report that. No. If anything, it was just, the only person I reported this to was my boyfriend. I was like, "Do you see what's going on? That's great."
It's like a Seinfeld episode.
This is more of a PSA to anyone caught up in a gay orgy at the Eagle. You don't know where that dick has been. Do not put it in your mouth.
PSA stands for penis shit ass.
Did you report the ass to mouth? I reported the ass to mouth, Jerry. I'm an ass to mouth reporter.
Don't get me wrong. I love a good ass to mouth, but
your ass, or I mean, their ass to your mouth, or with a 3-person involved. Like, would you ever be the ass eater?
Oh, I've rimmed a guy after fucking him, but like knowing what's going on,
right?
I've gone, like mouth to ass.
But like
you're in
one of these party situations, right? And
yeah,
one guy fucks another guy, you're not involved, and then
Right.
you suck the guy's dick that was just in the ass.
I would be unlikely to do that. I would say,
I know
unless like if we're privately doing this and I know that we're all clean, I could see myself being into it.
What if he wiped off with a paper towel?
I think
it would have to be a wet. It'd have to be like a wet nap situation,
like a dude
before
wipe.
I consider it. Yeah, I would be all right. It's more about the smell too. Like if the smell is there, it's over.
Oh.
It's over. We got to take a break and shower.
That's
fine. That's fine. I'm not like it doesn't it doesn't end things for me. It's just you gotta get the engine running again.
Not me. It ends it for me.
Yeah,
it's not over. I mean, it's a pause. It's like, okay, let's just clean up, and then we could.
That's like
resume.
a week-long pause for me.
Week long. What do you mean?
I've mentioned this. I mean, I'm kidding, but I administered anal sex one time in my life.
30 years ago at this point.
Dr. Darren Delgado administering the anal.
Yeah, around 30
anal
years.
sex has changed a lot since you've had
I can't say I never tried it. I'm not a fan. But also, it's the smell. It's like I never got to the smell, but it's the thought of the smell. The other story I told on the air was there was a woman I dated once who was from out of town. I met her at my job, and she said, when I come back to New York, I'll visit you. And we hung out, and I went to give her cunnilingus, but her ass smell was that strong.
Wow.
That I couldn't.
Was she like fresh from the plane and just hadn't had a chance to shower?
No, she was in. This was her second day in town.
Oh, damn!
Ample chance.
Are you not worried about the vagine being fresh? Like,
yes, I'm worried about it, but it was fresh. It was fresh when I approached from the front.
Have you ever gone down there and it's not fresh, and you're like, all right, this isn't happening?
The times that has happened, I sort of like maneuver my way out of it and like go upwards, and we start to do other things.
You do hand stuff.
Yeah, hands. I don't mind because you know what it is, Rob. The smell of a vagina is very localized. Like when it's bad, but you don't smell it if you're like upright or you're near her face or anything. Like to me, it's not that strong. If you're down there, it's very strong. But ass smell, I feel like permeates
Travels.
the room if it's bad. If it's bad.
That's fair. I don't like that. I'm with you on the smell is a boner killer for me. It needs to go away.
Yeah.
If it happens like at the end, I can if I'm like just horny enough, maybe power. Like if I know I'm very close, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna ignore it and finish. Yes, that's the only exception.
I probably would do the same if I was close to finishing. You become irrational, you know, or not irrational. It overwhelms your
You're more goal oriented at that point.
Yeah, but I would feel terrible afterward. But I like my neuroses are such that I start to think about what it'll smell like on my dick, and I don't even want that. Like that, it prevents.
Is it just the smell that you think about, or like actually getting poop on your dick?
It's both. Yeah, it's both. I don't want the sensation of it on my dick. I don't want the thought of it on my dick. Like that's why I really don't like anal sex. Because when I did do it at one time, it felt good. Like it felt good physically.
Yeah,
it was tighter than vagina. I'm not weird. I'm not denying that anal sex is good. It's just the thought of it is not good for me.
I hear you.
I'm not shaming you. Have all the anal sex you want. I support you.
Thank you.
Not like you're going to listen to what I say anyway, but I do support you.
No, he's going to think about it during.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I'm going to think about you when
yeah, 3D stamp approval.
More rules. Do not crowd others during play if observing. Watch briefly from a distance and move on. Don't be creepy.
I feel like if you're there, you're already halfway to creepy.
Yeah, there's some element of creep that's allowed.
Yes.
Can you put that back while you read it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I do want to say I think that it's more like these are more rules that are here for people that are overstepping their bounds. Because I'm sure for the most part, people don't mind being observed. But like if there's a weirdo hanging out, you know, if someone that makes them uncomfortable, these rules are there to allow them to say that, like, look, you agree to this.
Yeah.
Do not open the door to a closed room. They are playing privately. Always stay clean and hygienic. Plenty of showers, towels, and soap available. I like that. I feel like that should be a little higher up in the rule. There's no excuse for bad breath. There's gum everywhere. Start chewing.
Well, what if I was just eating ass?
Then put some gum in your mouth before you go make out with somebody.
God damn it.
Unless it's with the same person. If squirting is involved at all, use a protective pad or towel. That's
private property. You got to.
Sometimes it's not planned. Sometimes it just happens. You don't have time to get that pad.
Now, what if you eat one of those latex condoms and think it's gum or something?
That's fine.
Well, it's non-latex. That's the
thing. Right. I mixed up my rules. See, this is why you need the rules posted everywhere. I'm concerned about these guys who just stick the dick in the person's face. Like I bet a lot of guys think they're in a bukkake video. Like they watch too much porn.
Yeah,
they just mimic what's in the porn and they just walk up.
Yeah.
Yeah, too much cock slapping going around. Did I say that? Is that allowed?
I don't know.
I mean, you did say it.
I mean, you kind of just did say it.
No.
I said it.
They can make you slap somebody.
Fucking hot on.
Oh no! Imagine that voice patrolling the swingers party, making sure everybody's following the rules.
No creeping. Keep moving.
Same voice that when Rob needs to shake down Corey from Slipknot.
Yeah, he just has Vinny Stigma call him up.
You fucking hot on. I'm going to get my satinets after you.
He's sending pigeons to Nebraska to intimidate Corey Taylor.
Me personally, I like fancy tales, you know, like satinets.
What's he doing?
It's never going to get old.
He's a boondoggle motherfucker.
The childlike wonder in his voice, even when saying angry things, it's just such innocence.
He's pure.
Mm-hmm.
Unadulterated emotion. So most of us have a front, an agnostic front, one would say.
Very
He
nice.
has no such front.
That's hot, Darren. That's a hot joke. You really brought that together. I don't know. That was my Zoolander for a moment. I apologize.
Oh.
I want to talk about, let's veer into politics for a moment.
Okay. Veering.
Namely the Secretary of Education, one Linda McMahon,
Oh.
estranged wife of Vince McMahon.
That's
They're not-
veering.
Is it like officially estranged? They're not together? They're separated, or
Yeah, well, they've been separated for quite a while, but now, like, publicly, she's saying they're separated.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, because she was asked about his stuff, and that's how she's like distancing herself.
But she might just that might just be bullshit. So she doesn't.
But
have
I mean, it's been a marriage of convenience for quite a long time.
They have
He's had girlfriends.
Relationship.
Yeah, he's out publicly with his like current girlfriend.
Okay.
And didn't like some of that? I'm sorry to go off topic slightly, but
no, let's go.
Didn't that lawsuit that the woman filed against Vince McMahon say a claim that Linda McMahon helped cover up some of this stuff? Or am I mistaken?
No, it was once she found out about it, he had to end the. That's what made him want to end the relationship, and that's when he wanted her to sign an NDA and take a buyout.
Okay, I remembered it wrong. Sorry.
No, he was
no
keeping
dumps
this.
allowed.
What's interesting is he was allegedly keeping this from her, but everyone in the office knew. So, I think they've been living apart for quite a while. So, it's nothing.
Good for her. Girl power.
Yeah. Well, she was in the news this week because, as you know, the Trump administration is ripping apart the Department of Education because why don't we need to make sure that there's federal standards for how our children are taught? We don't need that. And she's the one kind of being put as the figurehead in charge because she has all this education experience. I can't believe he's found the one person that made me almost long for Betsy DeVos, his previous education secretary, because at least she had some experience.
She did.
Not that she was that much better. Yeah. She with the charter schools at least, but at least she worked in education. But anyway, which is to say that here she is, Linda McMahon, at some sort of speech. Let's see, where was this? This was a conference at the ASU GSV Summit in San Diego. And she was talking about using AI to replace teachers. Except, oops, she kept referring to it as A1, like the steak sauce. That's how on top of the game fucking Linda McMahon is. That's how much she cares about her job.
She looks like Carrot Top with a different haircut.
Oh my god.
Her accent is so.
How old is she at this point?
70, maybe
70 something. But she just looks like a character from Get Out.
76.
I think it was a letter or a report that I heard this morning. I wish I could remember the source, but that there is a school system that's going to start making sure that first graders or even pre-Ks have A1 teaching, every year starting, that far down in the grades. And that's a wonderful thing. Kids are sponges. They just absorb everything. And so it wasn't all that long ago that we're going to have internet in our schools. Woo! Now, let's
absorb A1.
See A1 and how can that be helpful? We're going to have internet in our schools. Woo! Now, let's see A1 and how can that be helpful? How can it be helpful in one-on-one instruction? How can it be helpful in absorbing?
Her face
more
looks like it was
for
drawn by that lady who accidentally washed off the fresco and then tried to redraw it. Like the eyes and the nose, it looks like an accident.
Yeah,
it's like almost like, oh no, I wiped off Linda McMahon's entire face. What did she look like?
It's almost in the right place, but not.
Yeah,
quite.
Exactly. It looks like it was done by A1.
Yeah, not AI though. Someone they just got a bottle of A1 and squeezed it onto a canvas.
Does someone correct her at some point, or does she realize the mistake?
Those fast learners.
No,
it can be more one-on-one directed.
Or
and
eye on
those
eye.
are the kinds of things and innovations that I want to see continue to develop.
Wow. All right.
By the way,
Thanks, Linda.
as funny as the A1 mistake is, can we just also say that what she's proposing is pretty fucking horrifying?
Yes,
And she
yes.
got
Yes,
the letter right.
absolutely.
They want to fucking
Absolutely
like
horrifying.
rock to teach kindergartners the alphabet or something.
Well, no, I guess they're saying how to. If I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here, which I want to say this makes me very uncomfortable, but maybe the positive, like correlating to the internet thing, is she's saying, oh, we want to teach first graders how to write AI prompts, which okay, I guess, but
So they can
also
cheat in second grade? Like, what? I don't
yeah,
know if
like
that's necessary.
or like well, I guess generate silly images of Anne Frank and Andre the Giant and roller.
No, that's
coasters.
us. That's fucking copyright.
It's
Stay away.
that's autodidactic. You learn that on the fly. It's very easy.
Yeah. Well, I do have I think it's disgusting that she's comparing it to, introducing computers and internet into school, because first of all, that's being removed in a lot of places. And I do have very formative memories of being, I think it was first grade. I'm not sure if it was kindergarten or first grade, and using like the early Macintoshes and Print Shot Deluxe on there, and how exciting it felt. So that could be really cool, but that's not what she's proposing. It's bullshit. Right. Oh, everything is. This is just to save money and not hire teachers. You know, like fuck that.
Right. Agreed. I was a teacher's assistant for like one semester in school as guide. Well, a professor that you two both had in college. I won't say on the air, but he was also my professor. He's been around that long, and he asked me to be a teacher's assistant. And so a lot of times I was just grading these papers, and it's just like all these like 18 to 22-year-old kids, just 60% of them at least use AI to just write bullshit, and it sucks. It's bad. It's so obviously AI, because it's like very well written, very well structured grammatically, and using big words at times that are appropriate, the correct words to use. But what it's saying is like so far off in left field. That's how you know it's AI. It's like beautifully written to a T, and wrong about everything. And that's what people need to learn how to use AI. If you want to use it as a tool, you have to figure out what it's fucking up. Like that should be what they teach people. These kids are like, oh, this sounds good, I'm just submitting it. Like that's such bad cheating. I feel like you suck at cheating. Like get better at cheating. I'm insulted that you think.
Yeah, learn something. Whether it's the subject matter or how to cheat, learn something.
Right.
Also, at least take a moment to read
the
thing you're submitting. Like that's the level of laziness of just like, all right, this is fine.
Or just the blind trust in the technology without any filter.
Yeah, that's a Gen Z thing I've noted, and I've heaped nothing but praise on like that generation in a lot of ways. I think it's great, but I think it's just been such one button, like push this and you get this, and it's instant gratification.
Right. Yeah.
They don't learn the nuts and bolts of how things work anymore. I feel like our generation, and I'm like probably 10 years older than you guys, or 5 years older than Sid, but I think we were like right in the middle of like, we were young enough to learn how to use the internet properly, but old enough to remember how it worked, how it was before. And we actually had to learn file folder systems and all this stuff. And like, they don't have any of that shit. They don't have to learn. It's delivered.
Right. Well, yeah, because they grew up on tablets instead of computers. So they didn't have to do. Yeah.
Someone in class once, the professor was telling them, I'm not making this up. We was going through the syllabus, and it was like, I had all these links, and he's like, okay, well, if you do this, just click this. And the person's like, what is clicking? The person's like, you mean tap it? And I was like, is this person trolling him? They legitimately did not know that what he meant by click.
Wow.
Click here.
That's wild.
You mean tap, right?
And what did he say? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, he kind of blew through it. I was stuck on that for the next hour in my head.
You cornered that person after class being like, you really have never clicked anything before in your life?
I just felt old as fuck. No, I think they probably, my guess is they probably have used a mouse, but that terminology is so outdated, because whenever I see things online, it's like 50-50 now. Like whether it says click or tap. I see things that just only say tap now. Even when they're talking about like a desktop, like a browser site version of a site.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. Oh, I feel so old.
Yeah. I had one of the professors was talking about dialing. They were talking about, it was a linguistics class. It was like, what are things that we say that are anachronisms that we don't do anymore, but it just stuck around in the language? It was like dial. And you still see that on TV sometimes, dial 917, blah, blah, blah. Well, haven't dialed in like 30 years.
Yeah,
When was the last time you dialed the fucking phone, But the kids say it because it's in the language,
So they know that, but not click.
Yeah, because dial is just, I guess, click, I feel, is being phased out. Rob can attest to this as a web person. But I feel like I see click here less and less and less because so much of the market share of, or like wherever this site is going to be used is mainly on phones.
Yeah.
So they say click less in the like the official documentation. Do you agree with that?
I haven't really I haven't thought about it until this moment, but it makes all the sense in the world. You're right. You don't really. I thought like click was phased out partially also because it gets kind of in the algorithm. It gets kind of suppressed because like Twitter and Instagram don't want you leaving their spaces anymore.
That makes sense.
Like with Twitter, if you have a link in your tweet, it's less likely to appear than if you didn't have a link.
Oh, wow.
That's why you see people kind of posting the story and like the headline, and then like the first reply is the link, because then it'll get. So that's why I thought that the word click was being reduced, but I could see also the, the logical element of it. It's very interesting.
Would you mind sharing that picture that I generated?
Is it Andre the Giant and Frank clicking something?
No, almost.
Let's see. I'm excited.
Just Stan Frank with a teeny little bottle of A1 sauce.
Is that like a airplane version of an A1 sauce?
What does it say?
Oh,
on
one of
there?
her nails is missing.
Sealb's Muco.
Yeah, what? They got the color of the sauce right, and it says A1, but the bottle looks weird, and it says nonsense underneath it. And
Why?
her finger is all fucked up.
Why can't AI do letters? I don't understand. It's very creepy. It could make the person's fucking face perfectly.
Yeah.
It can't make letters? That bugs me out.
Also, does Anne Frank have a lazy eye?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Shawn Michaels' face.
Well, they did call her the Heartbreak Kid, didn't they?
Oh, her heartbreak. Yes. She's the original Heartbreak Kid.
Imagine if that's what they called her diary. Diary of the Heartbreak Kid.
I think I'm cute. I'm in this attic.
Oh. That's so good. So good. Oh my God. All right. Take the image off. It's too much. I can't handle it.
I'm just an attic girl.
Attica girl.
Yeah. Well, she would have gone to prison.
She would have stormed the Capitol if she was still alive, and they would have locked her up.
Now, I'm ashamed to ask this as a Jew, but what actually happened to Anne Frank? Like, I know she died young, but did they put her in a camp? Or
I
did they
believe
just
so.
shoot her on site?
I think they put her in a camp, right? Like, I don't know that it's 100% known exactly, but I think. Also, I haven't researched this since I was in school, but I think the assumption is she died in the camps.
Is it in her diary? Flip to the back. Is it in her diary?
I need confirmation.
She died of a disease in the camps.
Oh my God. Imagine they put her on the train to Auschwitz and she died on the train, and then a bunch of the other prisoners robbed her and other things.
Well, they needed stuff. I mean, I would forgive that. They're in the Holocaust. We're sorry. We have no food. We have no. Well, you might have some crumbs, Doritos in your wallet.
Doritos.
You never know. Could be crumbs. The Doritos of the time.
Some matzah.
Matzah, little slices matzah. Could be in your. Ali, look on the address. You know, we're not like the raincoat lady. We're not gonna rape you. Oh, the other guy raped. Sorry, raincoat lady. You're just a thief.
All right, I got another rendering. I think this one's much better.
Oh,
this is Linda McMahon's dream.
This is like
A1 in the classroom.
The alphabet is fucked up though.
Yeah. LQRST.
Yeah.
What is that the German alphabet? Man, this is the next level of advertising.
She looks like comedian Joe Firestone. In this rendering, if anybody knows what she looks like.
2 O's. What is? 10 ounces, I guess, but it's
toe ounces.
Toe
ounces. 2 ounces. They just spelled 2 wrong. And 1. That's what that A stands for. She did not win, though. Sorry.
Oh no.
Can you make a Studio Ghibli version of Anne Frank holding?
That's a different app, right?
No, it's this app.
Oh.
This is in ChatGPT.
Oh.
All right, it's rendering.
After this, could you do Anne Frank and comedian Joe Firestone having a steak dinner together? Just to square the circle for me.
Joe Firestone is the guy?
J-O is the first name, and then Firestone. You know who I'm talking about, right? You know who that is.
And do that in Studio Ghibli.
I'm not sure I do.
Yeah, she's great. She's a delight.
What has she been in?
She was in Joe Parrott Talks with You. She's been in a lot of stuff. She probably popped up on Broad City. She writes. She does a lot of writing. She's on Chris Gethard show.
All right. Well, while that's rendering.
How hard is it? It's just fucking cartoon.
Well, it has to kill 7 beavers and burn on 3 acres of land to render it. So
worth
it's being processed. Yeah.
That's what those guys did at that swingers party. They killed that beaver. 7 of them.
Yeah, you saw her face at the end. Go ahead.
No, you go.
So they did to that tray of fucking jalapenos too. Do you see? Well, I'm surprised there was no rule about putting your dick in the fucking sour cream too.
You got to cool it off somehow.
Well, they have the shower rule. You got to shower after putting your dick in the sour cream.
Hose the sour cream off your dick.
Did you scroll all the way down on that document?
What do they do with the leftovers from the buffet?
Oh no!
Do they
donate to a local? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. And the alphabet's right.
There we go.
Beautiful.
That's a winner.
Heartwarming.
All right, now give me the Joe Firestone steak dinner.
But wait, why is there a map of the U.S.? Is that where they're going to invade next? Is that?
Oh no!
Did you see that? Go back to Studio Ghibli, please.
Or maybe this is if she was liberated and then moved to the Midwest.
Look at that. Oh, this is. Oh yeah, this is her new identity.
This is like Inglorious Bastards, Anne Frank.
Oh, nice. Where Hitler got riddled with bullets. Sorry,
Yeah.
Spoiler. Movie's 16 years old. Deal with it.
Oh man.
All right. While that renders, I want to talk about our Patreon. Or no, wait. Before I talk about our Patreon, let's talk about our Spotify picks. Each week, we each pick a song, throw it on a playlist called the RIP Livecast Music Break. You can find it on Spotify. And we have a ton of music in there. 820 songs currently.
Oh boy.
55 hours and 1 minute of songs. So lots of stuff in here. Very fun. Get in there. My pick this week is from Deftones. Deftones played New Jersey this week in a few days. Like at the end of last week, they played Madison Square Garden. So they've been all over my Instagram feed this week. And I can't say I had FOMO, fear of missing out, because I didn't necessarily want to go. I didn't want to spend the money that they're charging because they're playing arenas now, especially at the Garden. The Garden is so expensive. But I do enjoy the band, and I did find myself listening to them a lot this week. because they kept popping up. And also, my jujitsu coaches just love playing Deftones all while we train, which I don't mind. Better them than like Five Finger Death Punch, you know?
Yeah.
So this is a song that stuck out to me this week. Swerve City, great riff, and not having anything to do with the AEW wrestler Swerve, different Swerve. So that's my pick. Sid, what about you?
Well, first of all, R.I.P. to Clem Burke, legendary drummer of Blondie, passed away this week, so he gets the R.I.P. But that is not my pick. My pick is the song Negative Space by the band The Side Eyes. And this is like, I guess this is going to be a new thing with me, where if musicians from bands I love have kids who start bands, I have to pick a song from their kids. So this is an old school punk band that is currently around, led by Astrid McDonald, who is the daughter of Jeff McDonald from Red Cross and Charlotte Caffey from the Go-Go's. And it's actually really good. It's just like a fun, like minute and a half long hardcore punk song by the daughter of really good musicians. Darren, what's your pick?
Well, my pick requires a small backstory, and I was playing poker, as I mentioned to you last night, and these guys mentioned Selena Gomez, and Selena Gomez, but they called her Selena. That girl Selena. And I said Selena, like the
Tejano
singer. No, Selena. You know, the Selena, the singer. And I sussed out that they meant Selena Gomez. Then she's dating this guy Benny Blanco. How do you name yourself Benny Blanco? That's a great movie character. How do you name yourself Benny Blanco? Right?
What movie?
Carlito's Way.
Oh, shit.
That's the
Okay.
guy, the character from Carlito's Way.
Okay.
So then they start talking about Carlito's Way. Carlito's Way, let me tell you, among older Brooklyn men of a certain age, has supplanted The Godfather as the best
wild
crime movie ever made.
It's not a bad movie, but it's not
a
on
good
that level.
movie.
Yeah.
I enjoy the movie,
Well,
but it's not that fucking great.
Yeah.
They revere this movie. It's the same thing that like people 10 years older than them feel about Scarface.
Yes.
Great comparison.
50-year-old guys. So anyway, they went off like 5 guys. How dare this guy, this record producer, name himself Benny Blanco? Then they looked. I looked up what his real name was, and it's a very Jewish name. It's Benjamin Netanyahu Levy or something. Benjamin Levin, and I forgot his middle name, Joshua or something.
Joseph Levin, yeah.
Benjamin Joseph Levin. So this conversation went on and on and on for about 10 minutes about how dare this Jewish guy, sorry, Darren, how dare this Jewish guy become Benny Blanco. Anyway, it was hilarious.
Sorry, Darren.
I went, and in honor of that conversation, I went and took a song from the Carlito's Way soundtrack.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Which is by the OJs, called Backstabbers. Which I think is why Carlito used that move, the backstabber. I believe that's the connection.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, that's my pick.
Nice.
Great story. Great story. All right, that's our Spotify. Party with us on Spotify if you want. And of course, if you want more Livecast, you can find it on our Patreon, patreon.com/RIP Livecast. Show us your support. This show is free, so you can throw us a little tipski in the jarski. And if you throw $4 a month or more, you get access to our entire archive of bonus episodes. Every month, we got a new one for you, baby. Sorry, Darren. And this week,
just want to take your money. Say whatever you want. Any anti-Semitism you want.
This month we have a whole episode of Dirty Legs, baby. Too hot for TV, too hot for the main show. Stuff that would either get us copyright stricken or just like too vulgar. And my favorite was we just went on a whole rant about Motley Crue's recent single, Canceled. They're playing the victim card.
And that wasn't about vulgarity. That was about avoiding a copyright strike.
Yeah. Well, vulgar to our ears. But
yes, fair. It's a good taste.
Their entire existence is vulgar at this point.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, we spent like half an hour on this episode dissecting the rape of a corpse on the subway. So who's to say what's too vulgar for what, really?
That's a fair point. but we learned a lot.
Yeah.
So check
About
that out.
ourselves as
Patreon.
well.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/RIPLivecast. And $8 a month gets you a shout out at the end of the show. You're a top Livecast fan. It's right now.
I got an idea.
Oh,
Sid, do you have something? I don't want to.
I do, but I'm wondering if we have the same one. What's yours?
My idea was that each of these people has an invoice with you, and you have to shake them down for money using your Jersey voice. But what is yours?
Mine was, what is each of these people bringing to the potluck buffet at the swingers party?
That's fine. That's a good one too. Whatever
like
you
that
choose.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get the names here. Sorry, I didn't have it.
Is that Photoshop ready, by the way? Before we sign
Oh,
off?
yes, that is. Yes. Before we let me get that. So
Leave it as a teaser, so they have to listen to the names.
Okay. So the names. Benjamin's probably bringing those jalapenos, and Dan R, as we all know, the R stands for sour cream.
Not refried beans?
Okay, refried beans. I couldn't think of anything. Refried beans.
Rob couldn't think of an R word, which I guess we should be grateful for.
Yeah, there you go. Massachusetts. He's bringing Dunkin' Donuts coffee, which is just like, why do you want?
Not even Tim Hortons? Jeez.
Well, he's from Boston. Lando Danks, he's bringing all the weed. LaCroix, he's bringing the Saratoga sparkling water. Corey and Scotty H, they're bringing the fajita fillings. Erin, she's bringing those taco kits from Old El Paso that I still really like. Those are really nice. Jeremy, he's bringing those really nice wrapped up ribs that were smoked all day. Mr. Schmertzler, he's bringing a corned beef. He picked it up from Katz's. Douglas, who are you, Levison? He doesn't bring anything. He's one of those.
How dare he?
Slinkies, he's bringing just a lot of great. He's bringing the jambalaya. That's what he's bringing.
Jesus Christ.
Chandra's bringing those meatballs, and Randy Bliad, of course, is bringing the holidays.
Oh,
that's a way to go, orgy.
Yeah.
Here's the image of the two of them, and I also to bring it all back, I also rendered one with Andre.
Wow, look at that jawline. They really cleaned him up.
This is before they went to the swingers party.
She's so happy. It's like she and Joe were having a nice steak dinner, and Andre turned up and somehow slipped in there quietly, and she's so happy to see him.
She's like, "Oh, you're here too."
So wholesome.
All my best friends.
Even Holocaust photos are wholesome in the Ghibli style.
I do like that they even keep the scene consistent, like it's still the painting in the background. And the curtains, you just get a wider shot. And the steak sauce, still very
It is weird. None of them are using the sauce, though.
You're right.
Did Joe finish all her mashed potatoes, or did she just not want any?
Oh.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah, Joe never got any. Yeah, she never wanted any mashed potatoes in this one as well.
This is what they ran out at the orgy. The tin of mashed potatoes is empty.
Is she just carb conscious? Could that be it? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Do potatoes have a lot of carbs?
I also want to point out these steaks have no like protrusions in them to show that they were cut. They look like perfectly. Meanwhile, they all have pieces of steak in their fork. How is that happening?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know.
Well, folks.
Joe's the only one in that photo that's alive, so you can just write her email and find out.
God.
Maybe in the world of Miyazaki, the steaks come out perfectly, just like the sunshine and the trees, without cutting.
That's beautiful, folks. That's our show. Did you have something to say, Darren? Before
No. Please, wrap up.
I'd like to thank you for joining us, and maybe we'll see you next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.
And rule number 11, don't stick your verga in the pico de gallo.